Hi everybody, how you doing? Hope you're all okay. This is our 4 p.m. movement slot on Friday the 12th, I believe. Let me just double check. Yeah, Friday the 12th of June. If this is the one you want, then stay with us. If it isn't, then have a flick back through Facebook, find the one you want, and join us on the catch-up. We'll see you on the catch-up. It's a little bit of a preamble, so if you're new to the game, join us. Let us know what you've been... Oh, I've disappeared. Let us know what you've been up to since you saw Kelsey at lunchtime with a bit of crowbarring. Let us know how things have been for you and what you've been up to. How you been getting on? You had a bit of a progress check with Kelsey at lunchtime. Hi Bex, you okay? I've positioned the camera at a different angle today, and if I sit down or kneel down, look, I disappear off the bottom. So I'm sort of having to perch. I'm not very good at perching. So yeah, let us know if you've been doing any crowbarring since you saw Kelsey at lunchtime. How did you get on with your progress check? Notice some improvements? Hopefully you have. I mean, that's the thing. We don't tend to notice them ourselves unless we stop and have a look. So with our progress checks, it's really good to make a note of where you were. So next time you do it, you can see that bit of improvement. And now things are starting to ease a little bit as far as lockdown is concerned. And we're starting to get people coming to visit us, being able to come into the garden. You may notice that people will say, do you know what? You've really improved movement-wise. You couldn't do that 12 weeks ago. Look at you now. So, all good. Let me know how you've been getting on and how things have been going for you. So let's say hi, Chris. Christine's in. Christine Perry, good afternoon to you. Bex is with us. Improving her hover. No, yes, a hover, not a hoover. Oh, you got to improve your hoover as well, Bex. Have a little improve of your hoover. Good afternoon, Bob. Good to have you with us. Say hello as you come on board, folks. 12 of you there. So let me know who you are. Give us a little hello. Let us know you're in the house. Let us know you're here so we can say hello back. Hi, Dave. Margaret, cold and wet in Chesterfield. Need a bit of a warm up first, yeah? We will sort that for you. Hi, Red Rita's in with us. Good afternoon to you. Welcome on board. Hi, Maddie. Good to have you with us. Watching now, we'll be catch up later. So catching up with the earlier stuff. Hi, Lenka. Good to have you with us. A new name. I've not noticed the name before. Hope you're okay. Good to have you with us. Welcome along. Hi, David. You're back, Bob. Hopefully not buffering today. Bob has a bit of problems with buffering. Hopefully we've got no buffering today, Bob. Let's hope everything is okay. Christine, good afternoon. You're here too. Hi, Chris. Christine Lewis in from Llanelli. Good to have you with us. Flags, rainbows, and rugby balls. I had to put a rugby ball. Sorry, just the one today. I got to make sure I say that right, haven't I? Good to have you with us, Christine. Say hello as you come in. Hi, Wendy. Hello from Shrewsbury. Looking forward to another tune. No more tunes today, Wendy. Lots of O's, lots of U's. Not so many in Shrewsbury today, though. Hope you're okay. That's why I've not seen you before then, Lenka. You've not done my session before. Ooh, I'll be on my best behaviour today then. Bob isn't off without a buffer. No, he's not. We wouldn't know what to do with him if he didn't buffer, did we? He'd be in for he'd be an anomaly to us. Let's put it that way. A bit like reversing of the camera earlier on for Bex. It would throw us if Bob wasn't buffering. Anyway, let's have a look at the time. We better get on, haven't we? It is 4 o'clock. So let's have our 3, 2, 1. Before I do that, though, if you want to get rid of the comments, swipe them to the right. That'll get rid of your comments. You'll be able to see the full body. So you'll be able to see my feet as well as upper body, which is really important to us for as far as foot placement and everything is concerned. Let's go for a 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Dave Montgomery. For those of you who know me, hi. For those of you who don't, hello, welcome along. From Later Life Training, this is our 4 o'clock sway and stretch. Yeah, so it's our third snack of the day. our third opportunity to add additional movement minutes into our rucksack. You've had opportunities to crowbar in as well. So hopefully you've had 15 minutes with Bex this morning. You've had 15 minutes with Kelsey at lunchtime. You've already surpassed your 30 minutes with the extra bits of crowbarring you've done. Now we're going to add another 15 minutes onto that as well. So we're going to be getting on for well past 45 minutes of additional movement minutes in our bag, which is fantastic. We're going to do a little bit of a progress check today as well on our flexibility. But before we do anything, we're going to have a little bit of a circulation booster. So decide whether you're going to do it in a standing position or in a seated position. If you're standing, some fixed external support. So I have my wardrobes here and I have the wall behind me, and I've got a table to the side of me as well, so that there's plenty of opportunity for me to hold on to. Okay, if we're in a seated position, then our chair, you're going to come into the front third of your chair. So if you're back here, hip walk into the front third of your chair to start off with. All right. Circulation booster wise, everything is the same in the chair as it is in our standing position. We're going to start with our feet. I'm going to come back a little bit, so I just go away from that squeaky little patch that we have here. All right, and a little bit of a heel raise. A heel raise, a foot pump. Coming up onto the balls of the feet, and aim for your toes as well. So feel that crease between your toes and the ball of your foot. Now work at your own pace. Stand nice and tall. Now think about your posture. So while we're here, let's lift and grow an extra inch from our hips to our ribs. Lift the shoulders back and down. And bring those shoulder blades together, opening our rib cage. Put an arm in for me if you can. If you're looking for support, then one arm. And then every now and again, change, stop your march, take as many steps as you need to turn for your support and go to the other side. In our chair, exactly the same. We're sitting in the front third of the chair. We're coming up onto the balls of the feet, really feeling ourselves coming through the ankle, feet and toes. So feeling that posture, that movement change within our ankle, feet and toes. Feeling that mobilization through the ankle joint. If you're ready, take it to a march. And now we're going to lift the foot off the floor slightly. Ball of the foot comes down first, toes first, and then onto the ball, and then onto the heels. So, toes, ball, heel, toes, ball, heel. There you go. New tongue twister for you to try. Focusing again on your posture, and if you need to have support, utilise it. If you feel steady and stable, go for both arms. In our chair, exactly the same. We've got that lift. We're pointing the toes towards the floor. Emphasise it. Now, this can really start to feel that into your hips here, into your hip flexors. It's quite a big move compared to standing. So if you want to bring it back down to a foot pump or even a toe tap out in front, you can. We've got the arms going as well. Another alternative for you, if you want to bring the hands together and just a little row from side to side, then that's an option for you as well. We're still mobilising into that shoulder, which is where we want to get some mobilisation in there. Same time as we're boosting our circulation, so it's exactly what it says on the tin. What we're trying to do here is boost the circulation around the body, get the blood pumping around the body, get the joints warmed up, get the muscles warmed up. Now, as we say every afternoon, if you've had a bit of a sit down just before this is going to boost your circulation and get you going. If you've been busy, this might be a little bit of a calmer down for you, so it might bring you down, but we're getting that circulation moving around the body, we're warming the joints, we're loosening the joints, we're warming the muscles. Take a pause there for me. Okay, let's go on. Three-dimensional movement. So have a look firstly, see what it looks like, see how you feel about it, and then whether you decide whether you want to do it in a standing position or in a seated position. I'm going to show you from the front, and then I'm going to show you sideways on so you can particularly see this foot placement. All right, so I'm here, strong position, good posture. I'm lifting tall and setting those shoulders back and down. First move, I'm going to step out to the side at 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock, depending on which side I go to. Ball of the foot comes down first and through to the heel. Okay, that move there. Now, I'll demonstrate that to you firstly, and let me show you from the side that foot placement, because I'm then going to put the arms into it as well. So I step, ball through to foot, and I shift the weight across slightly. All right. Same time as I do that, we're going to take the hands and push them down. All right. Hands are then going to come up, round to the front, pull in towards me, and then I'm going to try and push this hand away. So imagine there's a resistance there and push away. You're shifting the weight when you do that across onto this leg. Come back in, and we come down and step back in. Now, as we shift, knees still stay soft. Feet still stay in touch with the floor, all right? The other thing to mention is that these hand movements don't have to come all the way up to the shoulder. So if you're more comfortable here, that's fine. You work to your own level and to the comfort position for yourself. Seated, it's exactly the same move, okay? We're gonna be on our sitting bones. So sit tall and lift from there so we can feel that posture and the fact that we've grown a little bit. I'll show you on this side so you can see it this time. So out, toe down through to heel, arms come down. Lift up to where you feel comfortable, to the front, pull in, and then push away. Now, I'm shifting the weight still, but my bottom is staying in touch with the chair. So although I shift the weight across onto one of my sitting bones, one of my buttocks, both of them stay in contact with that chair. So we don't lose that contact. Same as with our feet, we don't take the foot off the floor. We just shift that weight. The only time the foot lifts is that first movement. Okay? So decide what you're going to do. Standing with support, and make sure you use that support if you want to. If you want to use the support, you can do one arm at a time while you're using your support. As many steps as you need to change your position to support yourself on the other side. So here I can turn to use this, or I could come to this side where I've got a table and I've got that bit of support there. All right, let's give it a go then. So we step and we push the hand down. We lift the arms up, bring them into the center, pull in towards us, push away and shift the weight across to the other side. Come back in and lower down. That foot steps in. Other side, we step out to the side and push down. We lift up, come in towards us, push away and shift the weight. Back in and down. Now, stepping in. Carrying on with that, let's have a look at this. Okay, so we're down. We lift up. Here, we're rotating through our trunk look. So we're keeping the hips still. We're pulling into the center and then we're shifting the weight to push away. Again, we're going to have a little bit of a twist here. We come back in and we bring it down and step in. So we've got moving parts and supporting parts. Moving parts, supporting. Lifting, arms are still here, but there's movement into our trunk. We're pulling in, and again, the trunk is staying still, so it's supporting us. Pushing away, again, we've got that supporting part, we've got the moving parts within the legs and the arms. Back in, down, and step in. Okay? So, see how that feels. You may want to watch this through and then practice it afterwards and have a go afterwards. We're going to take it up a little bit of a progression there, okay? So what we're going to do is follow our hands with our eyes and our head, all right? So step out and look down, come up and follow your hands, turn into the center, pull towards you and push away. Coming back in, releasing down and stepping in. Same on the other side. Okay? Next progression for you if you want it. That step in at the end is going to happen as you come down. So as I go this way, have a look. I step out, come on up, into the center, pull in, push away, back into the center with the foot staying where it is, and then as I come down, I bring that foot in. And then in a position to go onto the other side, up, around, in, push, back in, and step in. See how that feels. Now, make it as big a move or as small a move as you want to. So if you want to keep these moves smaller, if you only want to come to this height, only come out to here and bring it in. If you only want to push it a little way and shift the weight, work to within what feels comfortable for you. Exactly the same in our seated position. So in our seated position, if we want to only come to here as we bring the hands round, and we only want to push out a little way as we do, then that's fine. All right? Use your support if you want to. So if you want to do it with one hand at a time, we can look. We can come out to the side. We can lift. Come on in, push in, and although I haven't got the hand to push against, I can still push away that way. I've still got my support there. Come back in and lower. Brilliant. Okay, so that's your three-dimensional movement. And the good thing about three-dimensional movements is we do them all the time. In our everyday life, we're forever moving in more than one direction. We don't just do one thing at a time. We're not robots, so we don't these movements, do we? We're turning and reaching. We're coming forward. We're going above. Our head is turning at the same time. Even just putting our seatbelt on. How many people do this? You turn to look for your seatbelt, don't you? You don't just go. None of us do. Or I don't think anyone does. I know I don't. I have to look over my shoulder, so I'll turn to look over my shoulder. Seatbelt comes in, and again, I've got that rotation through here as I bring the seatbelt across and put it in. Yeah? So it's a movement we do in everyday life. Okay, hold. Let's move on. Stretches and flexibility. So have a pen ready. If you haven't got one, go grab one quickly, or just make a mental note. Or you can do these afterwards, yeah? So I'll show you the flexibility progress check, and you can do it afterwards. Don't go rushing anywhere. All right, so let's start off by having a stretch into our calf. Now, two positions for you. Standing position, I've got my support here. I'm going to step back on one foot. Come in a little bit closer so you can see this foot when it goes back. Step back onto the ball of the foot and through to the heel. The heel stays down at the back, and I bring myself forward by bending this front knee. I should feel a stretch into the back of that leg, into the calf. So a lengthening of that muscle. If I can't feel it, then I can either step back a little bit further or come forward a little bit more. But this knee comes no further forward than our shoelaces. So if you find yourself having to bring your knee to there, you need to reset. It might be you need to step forward a bit more with this leg so you get bigger range of motion. Yeah. Seated position. Into our chair, foot down. Come back so you can see my foot. Toes are up, heels down. I'm just sitting tall and relaxed. Toes in towards the shin, keeping this knee slightly soft, so don't lock it out, keep it soft. Bringing the toes in, we feel that stretch into our calf. So this is our leg, this is our foot, and I'm going to bring the toes in towards my shin, and then I'll feel it into the back of my leg, into my calf. If you can't quite feel it, then just bring it in a little bit more. As I said, same with your standing position. If you can't feel it, change your position slightly as far as your feet are concerned. A bit of a bigger stance, a bit of a bigger stride. Change to the other side. And the thing with this is we hold those stretches for 12 to 20 seconds. Thing to remember about a stretch, you should feel it, but it shouldn't hurt. So you can feel that lengthening of the muscle, but you shouldn't get any pain. If you have discomfort in any of your joints or legs, you might feel the discomfort still, but it shouldn't feel any more uncomfortable than it normally does. All right, so that's the important thing to remember out of the stretch. Feel it, but don't let it hurt. If it starts to hurt, ease off of it. All right, let's move on. Let's come into our hamstring stretch. And for this, let's all do it sat down today. And then we can do our flexibility for our hamstring straight afterwards. So I'm going to turn my chair sideways so you can see. All right, sitting here, I'm going to take the foot out, heel is down but toes are relaxed, and you may even want to just take the toes away. They can sit up here, but don't bring them towards you. So it's a relaxed position, whatever you feel comfortable with. Hands on this bent knee, and lift tall. So bring our posture back in, all right? Now, we're just going to tip from our hips forward till we feel that stretch into the back of the thigh. Knee is soft again. Now, that lift that we did firstly, not only is it helping our posture, but what it's also doing is it's lengthening this muscle a little bit to start off with. So therefore, we don't have to tip as far forward and hinge from our hip as far forward to get that stretch. If you don't feel it, or it starts to ease off a little bit, take it a little bit further. So just a little bit further. It only has to probably be a couple of millimeters and you'll feel that stretch come back on again. Again, remember it, feel it, but don't hurt. 12 to 20 seconds, sorry. Change sides, so exactly the same. Foot out, either here or here, whichever works for you. Hands on the bent knee, lift, and just bring yourself into it. Have a look at my back. It's nice and straight, so I'm not letting myself tip forward. I'm tall. Yeah, I'm lifting tall, and I'm just hinging from my hip forwards. And I've got that stretch into the back of my thigh, so a lengthening of that muscle. Ease out of that. Just have a little sit for a minute. Just let your posture go for a minute. Give yourself a bit of a rest. All right. I'm going to show you this sideways on firstly, so you can see the technique, and then I'll come to face you. Flexibility into our hamstring. So, foot out, and this time we do want the toes pointing upwards and the heel down. We don't want to relax it too much, all right? Because we're going to aim for our toes. Sit tall, hand on here onto your bent knee, and you're going to slide this hand down your leg, down your shin, towards your ankle, towards your toes, towards your shoelaces. However, we need to keep the back straight, so we're not going to twist as we do. If we twist, we're actually cheating ourselves. We want to see what our flexibility is like. So, sitting tall, breathing normally, and we just ease our way down. Staying straight into the back. So see, if I go here, look, I start to twist. Yep. So back nice and straight and just reaching down and down. And take it to where you feel comfortable. So you might only be able to come here. That's fine. You might be able to come all the way down. But the important thing is, if I come down here and do this, yeah, I could say I've got great flexibility because I can reach my toes, but I'm twisting, so I haven't got great flexibility into my hamstrings. So, whichever one is right for you to reach for is your flexibility point, and that's the one you make a note of. So it's where you reach to that you make a note of, and that we then check against our progress. So forward on, look, down, I'm sitting tall, this hand this time, and I'm just going to slide it down, shoulders are relaxed, looking back, slide it down and bring myself forward with it, keeping that back nice and straight. I'm starting to twist it a little bit because I'm looking up to yourselves. Okay, so see how I can straighten the shoulders out and down I come. And again, you take it to where you feel comfortable. You might find a bit of a difference on either side, and that's perfectly all right. That's what we work on as far as our flexibility is concerned. What's the point of this? Putting your socks on, putting your shoes on, doing your shoelaces, picking something up off the floor. We need the flexibility into the back of our thighs to be able to do that. And if we've got good flexibility, then we're going to be able to do that easier, and there's less chance of us losing our balance or hurt or injuring ourselves by trying to do that. All right, let's go on to our chest stretch. So if you want to do it in a standing position, you can. Hands into the small of the back, ease the shoulders back. In our seated position, a couple of options for you. Sit into your chair, front third again. Hands onto the back of the chair, small of the back, or just here, and squeeze your shoulders back. So again, bringing those shoulder blades together, opening across this chest. Sitting tall. Again, 12 to 20 seconds is all we need to hold that for. Okay? Great. Bring yourself into a seated position. So if you're standing up, bring yourself into a seated position. Remember our sitting down. We can bring ourselves in to find the chair, lower ourselves down and control. So we control ourselves down into that chair. Okay? Bring yourself forward a little bit. I'm going to do external and internal shoulder rotation. I'm going to turn my back on you. I do apologise, but it's so you can see what I'm doing. And the thing with this one is you're going to want to make a note of left side, right side. Yeah, for both of them. So you know, because we will see a lot of the time some disparity between the two. Yes, that's the right word, isn't it? Okay, so just check you can see my back. Yeah, you can see my back. Okay, so hand comes up and over. So where can I reach? Top of my head, back of my neck, down between my shoulder blades. However, if I come sideways, look, I'm sitting tall, so I'm not doing this to reach forward. I'm keeping my head level, gazes to the front. Yeah, and I take that arm to where I can. So for me, look, it's between my shoulder blades, probably about bra line. Is that about bra line? Not wearing one, I wouldn't know. But make a note of where it goes. Can you get to there? Can you get to here, a little bit lower, top of the back, neck, or down? Yep. And then exactly the same with the other hand. And you might find that you can't quite go as far. And I certainly can't go as far with this hand on that side. Look, there's a disparity. I can't get down as far as I can without corrupting the move. So I can lift my shoulders, which is defeating the object. Or I can crunch my neck down, which again is defeating the object. So there you can see I've clearly got a bit of an imbalance as far as my shoulders are concerned. I have more flexibility on this side than I do right-handed. Okay, that's our external. Internal, palm facing towards you. Again, can you see that? Yeah, you can. Okay, so palm facing our way, knuckles towards your back, and reach up to where you can. Okay, so it might be down here, top of the bottom, a bit further up into the mid-spine, or you might be able to come up into the mid part there. Okay, and again, it's where you feel comfortable with that and where you can reach. All right, make a note of that. And then again, change to the other side. And again, you might find a little bit of a disparity. So this time, look, I can get a bit higher with this side than I can with this side. So make a note of that. So as you can see, even everybody, we have a bit of disparity. So I can reach further externally with this hand than this hand. However, I can reach further internally with this hand than with this hand. So although I've got a bit of a disparity, they sort of balance each other out, if you like. Okay, that's us done. So make a note of those. That is your sway and stretch and your progress check. Keep that information safe. I know Kelsey did it with you about 2 weeks ago, I think, about a couple of weeks ago yesterday. It was. So hopefully if you're with us then, you'll have made a note of it there. Have a look at what it is today. You may see a little improvement. You may see no improvement. You may see a huge improvement. But the thing is, it's only been 4 weeks. These things do come with time. So the more we do them, the more improvements we see. Okay, that's me done. Keep crowbarring in your additional movements throughout the day, throughout the evening. You have Bex with you in the morning. Kelsey will be with you at lunchtime. And I'll be back for my last one of the week tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Take care. Have a wonderful evening. Keep crowbarring. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.